Welcome back to CryptosRUs. I am George. We're all George. So, big CPI data came out today. Is this good? Not good? What is Powell going to do now? And what is Bitcoin's next move?
They're curious.
Let's talk about all these
confident,
things and more.
And full of wonder.
Let's do it. Welcome, guys.
We help guide your child here.
Starting out the day a little bit lower. You know
so
what?
They can
In
be
fact,
prepared
a lot of you guys
here.
were watching the presidential debate last night. As soon as it
Kitty
started,
Academy Educational
Bitcoin dipped down a
Childcare.
little bit. And I have my
Here's to
I have my theories
experiencing
why.
new heights
And I'll
in
get to
Wisconsin,
that in the Q&A
to
session.
seeing where the breeze leads,
Polls, since you guys
and riding a wave
But
of
right now we
new fall
are
adventures.
starting out the day a little bit lower than
Here's
yesterday.
to those who Wisconsin.
The U.S. market is opening up
Riding a
flat,
wave
but
of
right
new
now we
fall
are
adventures.
starting out the day a little bit lower than
Here's
yesterday.
to those who Wisconsin.
The U.S. market is opening up
Riding a
flat,
wave
but
of
right
new
now we
fall
are
adventures.
starting out the day a little bit lower than
Here's
yesterday.
to those who Wisconsin.
The U.S. market is opening up
Riding a
flat,
wave
but
of
right
new
now we
fall
are
adventures.
starting out the day a little. Okay, my audio screwed up. Okay, I got rid of that. I got rid of it. Sorry. Technical difficulties this morning. Had too much to drink last night during the debate. We're starting out the day mixed. NASDAQ is in the green, Dow, S&P in the red. So, I don't know. Wall Street seems to be unsure about what to do now. Is this a buy situation or sell situation? After the inflation report and after the debate, which didn't go so well. Let's start out with inflation. CPI did go down drastically. Okay, 2.9% in July, down to 2.5%. That's a big 0.4% drop. That's a huge drop. So that's good. But that's headline inflation. Core inflation did not drop at all. Stayed at 3.2%. So, it's a pretty good reading. It's a really good reading. Powell always said he wanted to see inflation between 2 to 3%. Right? 2 to 3. And we're right there. Like, there's nothing else that we need at this point. Okay? So, looking at the Fed watch, right? Somehow that CPI print jumped the percentage up for the 25 basis point rather than 50 basis point. So now we're at 15 for 25 basis or 50 basis point, 85 for 25 basis point. I don't know why. The CPI print was actually pretty darn good. It just didn't go lower than expected, I guess, right? I don't know. I kind of thought that the 50 basis point would jump up, but it did not. Oh, well. It is what it is. Europe is going to have their rate cut before the U.S. So anyways, bottom line is this. We're going to have some rate cuts coming, okay? The U.S. one will come next week. It's not as much as everyone wants. But then again, some analysts have said that, hey, if Powell does cut 50 basis points, it actually cause more panic. It'll cause more damage than good. And then we'll have the ECB that's also cutting. And then other countries around the world, they're all going to be cutting. And overall, when the liquidity starts flowing, it's going to be good for assets like Bitcoin, right? So looking forward to it. What else? Well, this is pretty interesting. If you look at performance of major assets and asset classes, this is everything, including gold, equities, Bitcoin, bonds, whatever. So you notice that there are certain years where Bitcoin does not lead. And those happen to come right after the parabolic top, right? So they come after when crypto winter hits. But you may notice that every other year Bitcoin leads, and it's not even close. Some of those years, we see thousands of percent gain, right? It's very common. So again, if you didn't know anything about Bitcoin and you're just looking at this and you're looking at a performance of the last 13 years, what would you guess 2024 be? And what would you guess 2025 be in terms of the asset that's going to lead the way, right? If this was an IQ test, what would you actually say? Would you think anything else outperforms Bitcoin this year or even next year? The answer is no. Bitcoin does what it does. There's a lot of, I've always said this, a lot of distractions, a lot of things, macro stuff that's always ongoing. There's always scary things, but Bitcoin is pure and Bitcoin does its thing and it does not have emotions and it just keeps on going. And that's why when you zoom out, you realize that Bitcoin is the best performing asset. Annualized returns of 140% year over year over year. Yeah, you have some bad years, but predominantly they're all good years. So you just have to be patient and let things play out. In the last 2 months, 236,000 Bitcoin has been withdrawn from exchanges. The exchange reserves continue to drop and drop and drop and drop. In fact, yesterday we had a 750 million net outflow, very significant. And this is the biggest reason why Bitcoin's price continues to go up and has that 140% annualized return, is because there's more demand than supply. Bitcoin's inflation keeps getting cut in half every 4 years. And there is a set supply of 21 million that ever will be. That's it. It's really that simple. And as more and more people come to learn and adopt and buy Bitcoin, the higher the prices go, right? It's really that simple. But, now we're accelerated because we have the ETFs. Yesterday was actually a really good day. Surprising to see BlackRock had no inflow, but others had inflow, and we had $117 million inflow. Again, contributing to the massive amount of Bitcoin being withdrawn from the exchanges. And that will never stop. It will continue on forever. And eventually, the reserves are going to get so low, it basically becomes impossible for retail investors to accumulate a good amount of Bitcoin. Right now, it's already difficult. In the future, when Bitcoin's well into 6 digits, it becomes much, much harder. And someday it'll hit 7 digits and become that much harder. That's right. All right. Now, with all this said, we are still in September. We're only in the second week of September. We got a few more weeks to go. We do have that big FOMC meeting coming up in about a week, right? Very first rate cut in 4 years. So you go back to 2020, 21, 22, they were all bad Septembers. Keep in mind, Fed Chair Powell was raising rates every single year. Like it seemed like every few months he was raising the Fed fund rate. So that definitely had effect in the last 4 years. Surprisingly, 2023 turned green only because we were so down. So right now we are in the red for September. There's a chance we're going to flip into the green. But here's the thing. What happens in October? Historically, the most bullish month of any year of any cycle. Right? And you look at the halving years, specifically the ones marked in black, you'll see in 2020, let's go back, 2016, starting from October, 15%, 5%, 30%. In 2020, after coming off a bad September, 28%, 43%, 47%. Remember, that compounds on top of each other. right? So in 2020, between October to December, you had more than 100% gain. Bitcoin doubled in 3 months. Can we see the same thing in October to December? Can Bitcoin go from 50-something thousand to 100-something thousand by the end of December? We have seen that before. It's right around the corner. All you have to do is wait and be patient. That's it. Just be patient. Let things play out. Bitcoin never disappoints long term. Short term, yes. Long term, never disappoints. Right? Again, if you're looking at average returns by month, September has not been good. Minus 4.5%. But in the last 14 years, October had resulted in a 29.5%, November 37.9%, December 12.3%. And the remaining months are all green. Only August and September are the ones historically being bad. Interesting. And as for, topping out, we're nowhere close. We have a lot of charts that have measured Bitcoin's top. And yes, we're nowhere close to top, right? We're not in the blue period. We're nowhere close. Bitcoin mining difficulty is all-time high. So that's good. The network continues to get stronger. The miners continue to bring on more and more machines to support the network and to make money by mining Bitcoin, right? Here's another one that's showing, Bitcoin, again, is nowhere near top. And here's another one that's showing that's nowhere near top. This one's actually measuring stablecoin supply and showing how, this is a bottom for Bitcoin. And we're, again, nowhere near top. Here's another one that's showing that a golden cross is coming. And again, showing we are going to recover back up. And we're nowhere near top. But short term, of course, what we want to do is get back up to 60,000, 70,000. And then, you know what? The next leg up can bring us to 80, 90, 100,000. Another chart that shows we're nowhere close to top the stock to flow. Even though a lot of people discredited Plan B because the stock to flow model in the last cycle did not hit $100,000. According to stock to flow, Bitcoin should have hit $100,000 in the last cycle. And I actually thought it should have too. But keep in mind, it didn't because, in my opinion, Fed Chair Powell decided to announce that he is going to start raising the Fed fund rate, right? So Bitcoin topped out in November of 2021. It got really hot to 69,000. And then, during that month, Powell announced he's going to be raising rates in December. And December turned out to be a pretty bad month, not only for Bitcoin and crypto, but for the entire U.S. markets. That's when it started crashing. So had he not done that and waited one more month until January or February to announce, it was very likely that Bitcoin could have hit 100,000, right? But this time around, let's see if Bitcoin can pull itself back up and get back on track, break through 100,000, head to 200, 300,000 by the end of this cycle, and continue on this path forever. According to this, by 2028, the peak of the next cycle, right? 2025 plus, no, 2029. 2029 should be peak of next cycle, which is only 5 years if you think about it. It's not like 50 years. It's just 5 years. In 5 years, if Bitcoin is on track, it will be at $1 million each, right? That's what this is projecting. In fact, this is projecting that we should hit it a lot sooner than 2029, but we'll see. We'll see. All right. Lastly, that's pretty much it for Bitcoin stuff. Coinbase Wallet website is experiencing issues. In case you guys are wondering, I don't know why you need to go to Coinbase Wallet site. It's the app. Just download the app, Coinbase app. Coinbase Wallet app is different than Coinbase, in case you guys are wondering. So if you are looking for a self-custody wallet on your phone, Coinbase Wallet app is a pretty good one. All right. That's pretty much it. Let's do some Q&A. I didn't even know Trump has a stock. Trump Media and Technology Group is down 16% today. That's no good. What is NVIDIA? NVIDIA is skyrocketing today. That's good. What about Coinbase? Coinbase is not doing good today. And MicroStrategy. MicroStrategy is not doing good today. All right. All right, pull up poll. Let me scroll up. Let me see. Apologize for the sound issue at the beginning there. CPI, James says CPI numbers are always worse than reported. You mean inflation is always worse than reported? Yeah. Ricky, I appreciate it. Too bad there was no Bitcoin topic, no crypto topic brought up yesterday. That would have been great, but yeah, that didn't come up. You know, yesterday I tried to stream the debate, but I forgot the time. So by the time I tried to do it, it was too late. So then I just said, forget it. But I was actually going to live stream it. I'm glad I didn't because it was way too long. It was like a 3-hour debate. I did not want to be on stream for 3 hours. Deputy Dog, I can't afford a ZR1 like you recommended. Should I settle for Stingray? I think you'll be happy with the Stingray, to be quite honest. Or you could go with a Z06. You know those like Twitch streamers or Kick streamers, they would like leave their stream on for like 10 hours at a time while they're like just eating and walking and going wherever. I don't know why people like watch that. And they have like tens of thousands of people watching them do just like general things. That's just crazy. Tyler says comment section wild today. It is. I'm just watching it. I'll say this. Crypto's not doing good today. Stocks are turning red. Clean, that is right. I saw this guy on Twitch build IKEA furniture. Like literally he has his camera on and he's building IKEA furniture in the background. He has no idea, almost as if he didn't know the stream was on. And there was like 15,000 people watching him do that just to build IKEA furniture. I'm like, seriously? I should do that. I'll just turn the camera on, leave it on, and see how many people continue to watch. Do a Lego build stream? No, because I can't finish a Lego in one sitting. Usually the bigger sets would take many, many, many streams. Hoppy, yes. There are a lot like that. J. Jan. You think 25 rate cut, we will likely get more stocks in crypto dump or pump? I think it's normal. I think even though I and some others want to accelerate rate cuts, like a 50 basis point cut next week, it's probably safer to do the 25. Because if you do 50 right off the bat, it can send a signal that the economy is in a very, very dire shape. And that's why they're being so aggressive. So I think 25 base points is fine. And then we have a lot more. Then we have one in November and December, right? So those two. So by the end of this year, we will have another 50 basis point cut. So overall 75 basis point cut by the end of this year. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 more next year. So assuming that he cuts 25 basis point every single FOMC meeting now, you're talking about 2.75% cut. That's not bad. That's not bad. That won't bring us back to zero, but that'll bring us from our current position, 5.25%, down to a reasonable number in the mid twos. So I think it's okay. Of course, a bigger cut would be welcome, but I think we'll be fine. The poll has 1,300 votes. Yeah. 68% thought that Trump won or thinks Trump won. 32% thinks Harris won. That's actually surprising and not surprising in a way. George, what's your thoughts about SocialFi coins? I've seen projects try to bring up social network platforms, projects, whatever, in crypto. None of them has worked. Creating a social network, a social app is extremely difficult. Extremely difficult, mostly because it's really hard to get users. Anyone could create the next social platform, like a chat app or like whatever, a community app or the next decentralized Instagram or TikTok. But can you get the users there? That's the biggest hurdle. And for the most part, the answer is no. None of them have. It'll be interesting. You guys are mentioning Polymarket. Let me bring up Polymarket. The world's largest prediction market. There's so many of them. Which one? This one? Presidential election winner. Which one is the debate winner? How do I know which one? I guess it has to be this one. No, this is just the election. It doesn't. Where's the debate? Yeah, I can't really find it. Who will win the debate? This one? So I don't really know how to read this, but according to this, 99% of people thinks that Kamala won or will win. Anyways, this is why I stay off of Polymarket. Chris, George, could this bull run start earlier, like this September? Yes, there's always a chance. Rather than wait until October for things to move, maybe it starts last week of September or after a rate cut. You never know. Wall Street is very reactionary. Either one. So, they tend to digest data and then make calls whether or not they should buy or sell, right? I think for most part, Wall Street will realize that, hey, October is a really good month. Closing out November, December will be really good too. So we should start buying ahead of time. I think that's how they're going to see it. I downloaded a ton of shows based on what you guys are saying. I downloaded season 1 of Sopranos, so many people have said it. I downloaded Succession, the whole series. A lot of people have said Succession is a really good one. What else I downloaded? Cobra Kai season 6. I was gonna download The Wire, but I don't know. I couldn't get into. Oh, White Collar too. I saw that. That looks like a good show. Crypto Netflix series startup. Never heard of it. Never heard of it. Billions is awesome. Yes, I've watched the whole thing. Sopranos will change your life. I'm hoping so. I've seen clips of it on TikTok. Never watched it. I'm hoping I could get into it. Skipping Stones. If Trump wins, it'll be a rocket ship. Game over, guys. Cancel your Lambo orders. Lambo orders do go up and down according to crypto, like how hot crypto is. When crypto is in the parabolic stage, Lambo orders skyrocket through the roof. And in crypto winter, they don't do well. The Wire seems like such an old show, so I don't know if I could get into it. But then again, I'm watching Prison Break right now. I think it's awesome. It's been so long since I watched Prison Break. I totally forgot what happened in the show. I'm back. I'm on season 4 now, which kind of sucks. Season 4 actually kind of sucks. And season 5, I don't even remember what happened in season 4 and 5. One to Singapore, go to a Marina Bay Sands. They have a beef Wellington. I've had that beef Wellington before. I had it in Vegas in Gordon Ramsay restaurant. It was not as good as people say it was, and overpriced. I will be in Marina Bay Sands because that's where the next Karate Combat fight will be, and that's where Token 2049 will be, and many other various events and parties will be there. So I'll be there for sure. The first few seasons of Prison Break was epic, and they still had like 20 something episodes per season, and it was still epic. I just saw something that said that Prison Break numbers are skyrocketing because it's on Netflix now, and people rather watch a 19-year-old show than some of the new shows that are out, which is correct. Seems like people knew how to write good shows back in the day. Now it's just like I don't get interested in any of the new shows really. Gee, make a video of your flight showing your seat and the food you get. Give us a taste of first class. Yeah, it's not as good as the Emirates one, I think. Emirates, when I flew back from Dubai, that was true first class. All these other ones are business class, which still should be fine, but we'll see. It's still such a long flight. Such a long flight. No matter how good you have it, it's still very tiresome. Have you heard of Moonwell? It's like Aave for bass. No, never heard of it. Sounds interesting though. Will you do Singapore live streams? I think I will. I've been debating whether or not I should, but there'll be a big time difference. So I guess it's fine because when I stream at night, it'll be morning time. So it's as if I didn't leave. So I'll probably just do like one stream or one on-site thing per day while I'm there. I'll try to do that. Are you streaming any of the fights on this channel? It will be on influencerfightclub.com. If you go to influencerfightclub.com or just go to CryptosRUs.com/IFC, we'll have the live stream up here. Live stream of the fight. Next fight will be here. You can see all the fighters. And shortly after this, we'll have IFC 5 in October. So we'll be updating the page for that too. Any hot games? No, not really. I don't know of any. How many zeros can cock delete this cycle? A lot. At least one. Can I delete two zeros? That's going to be hard. That means it has to go up 100x. So I don't think it'll be 2 zeros. Maybe 1 0, yeah. When do you think the next leg up will start? It could start after next week, end of September. If not, probably October. You need to watch the show Banshee. You will love it. Never heard of it. Never heard of it. What does a meme coin have to do to be successful? You have to build a super loyal community. Super loyal community. First, when it launches, you need to have a ton of people buying it and shilling it. And then you need to build up that community and make sure the community does not sell. And then, you got to just keep building up that community and hype and get more people to keep on holding it or buying it. That's what it comes down to. A lot of meme communities try to go the utility way because they don't know how to market or sustain their community. So they're like, oh yeah, let's try to build this or build that or build this. None of that works for memes. No one cares about utility with memes. They just care whether it's go pump. So you need to figure out, or meme projects need to figure out how to build that community, get their trust, and get them to hold. Really, that's what it comes down to. I had to look up that Banshee show, but I got so many already downloaded, so I don't know if I'm going to download anymore. Can you check out Pox? No, I'm not going to check that out. Johnny McGirdle, you named a lot of shows that I've never even heard of before. Do you think Shiba Inu will go up a lot this cycle? Will Dogecoin go up as well? They will both get back to their previous high. Will they go up a lot more than that? Probably not. But they still have to go up quite a lot to get back to their previous high. All right, guys. I'll let you guys go. Overall, we had a CPI inflation reading. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's just not that great. So U.S. markets not doing so well right now. Losing the gains from yesterday. Debate also happened. And, it wasn't a good one. Overall, guys, stay strong. Stay focused. And I'll see you guys tonight, 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Have a good one. Take care.